Hello and welcome to this month's Maggie Moment. This one's a little bit of those ones that we get lots of inquiries about, and it makes me sad because it triggers some stuff for me as well. And that's, how do I prepare my children for an impending separation and possible divorce? Because it is that we have to be realistic. Around 50,000 families a year experience this, and around 50% of first marriages end up in divorce. So it is a reality, and I think sometimes if we are able to prepare our children in a way that means that they don't get quite so frightened and quite so scared, because it's like a death without bodies. I know that doesn't sound very good, but it is. It's a major loss. And for mums and dads, we all have a dream when we get married that, you know, it's going to end, it's going to go fabulously, we're going to be there for our children, all those things together. So broken dreams and disappointment and questioning and seeking, all the family is going to be having all sorts of mixed, what I call ugly feelings. Okay, so if we're going to have the conversation with children, when do we have it? And I do suggest you have it well before they get up one day and dad's not there. That's actually not okay, because they need to have some sort of an opportunity to ask questions in that journey. So as a family, regardless of age, we need to give them just enough information. And sometimes I think it's helpful if you say that when mum and dad married, we were really, really madly in love and deeply in love. However, as time's got on, we seem to have so many differences are causing so many arguments, that's making so much conflict in the home, that we actually feel we'd be better if we were in two homes, but still, you know, your parents. So it's more about that relationships can do that. And you've all had fights with friends, you know, so it's a bit like that, what we've tried. And I do think you need to have made sure you've tried. And then we have the conversation. You may know someone, you know, who's got mum and dad in different houses. Be prepared for some amazing, you know, painful outbursts at that moment, because that reality is incredibly terrifying for children. The young children in my years, I've found that a lot of them often think that it's because of something I've done that made that fight. Therefore, if I hadn't done that, this wouldn't be happening. So I need you to reassure them that it's not about them, that nothing that they've done has caused this. If there is anyone else involved at that point in time, I would not mention that. However, down the track, once again, if they get to hear from someone else, or to hear, you need to come clean with it. Yep, something else is going on, and I may have found someone else later on who I'd like to be with, but not right now. Because they're the sorts of things that children get really confused about. How can you do that, and why are you doing that? They don't understand the big person's world. I would not overshare, and I would definitely no blame. So it's that collective no blame that is a really big thing with children, that we don't blame each other. If we can actually let it be that we are now your co-parents, not living in the same house. So the number one thing for children of any age is, will you keep loving me? Will you keep valuing me? And will you keep caring for me? They're the three things that children need to have affirmed a lot. And if we can keep on the same page and make that agreement, make a family pact that we will be the best parents we can be, we're just going to be doing it in two different houses. And answer those little questions, let them cry, let them grieve, and let them see you sometimes grieving. And allow the rest of the family to come in and support you, being the co-parents in two homes. And I'm going to say, the more that you put into that in terms of putting your children first, not yourselves first, the transition is less painful than the other way. I hope that's given you some suggestions that might be helpful. It still pushes buttons for me. That's a journey I went on. And I have enormous love and respect for for the father of my sons. And I do, and we co-parent beautifully. So I know you can do it. And if you think this has been helpful, you've got a friend going through something similar, feel free to share. And that's all from me today.